ज्यादा आता है गरम गरम देते ना यार आपसे करवा के तो ये नरम है फिर उसको हाँ बोला बताता हूँ ये नंबर देखिए जरा व्हाट्सएप पर उसको कर सकते
Yes, let us start, students. All of you can hear me properly. Okay. So, should I start? You can unmute yourself and you can reply also. Okay. So, let us start now. See, we have finished with this. What is top dead center? What is a bottom dead center? Okay. Uh, what is a bore? I've explained you this. All of you can see the screen. Okay. So, compression ratio R. Okay. What is the compression ratio? Volume above piston at BDC and upon volume above piston at TDC. See, first of all, you try to understand this, that the stroke volume, okay, stroke volume is this, okay, this is the stroke volume. Ds is equal to pi d square, okay, pi d square. Just a second. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no? Okay. Yes, actually the internet was little bit unstable. See, the stroke volume is pi r square into L. Okay. See the what is the diameter of the piston? Diameter of the piston is D. If it is capital D, okay. So and if the radius is R, the area of the piston is pi r square. Okay, pi r square or pi d square by 4. Okay, so area of the circle of the piston. Okay, so that is pi r square or pi d square by 4. Okay, you can tell anything that multiplied by the length. Okay, stroke length will give you the swept volume. Okay, that will give you the swept volume. Okay, See, this is the swept volume here shown. What is the swept volume? Swept volume is the volume displaced by the piston from BDC to TDC. Okay, from year to year only. Okay, but there is a small gap here which is called the clearance volume. Okay, here is the clearance volume. Here also it is shown. Okay, here is the clearance volume. So, what will be the compression ratio? Compression ratio will be clearance volume plus swept volume upon clearance volume. Okay, what will be the compression ratio? Volume above piston at BDC. See, here the piston is at BDC. From this point, it cannot go beyond this BDC. It cannot go below BDC. Okay, so therefore, volume above the piston at BDC is this volume, that is the stroke volume Vs. Okay, this is Vs, and plus the clearance volume which is here. Okay, which is shown here about TDC till the cylinder body. Okay, there is a small volume shown wherein the air fuel mixture will get accumulated. It can get compressed. Okay, so this is the clearance volume. So stroke volume plus clearance volume, which is shown here. Okay, upon the clearance volume. Okay, that is the compression ratio. This is a very important term to solve the sums. Okay, many efficiencies are also depending on this. Okay, therefore compression ratio is volume above piston at BDC upon volume above piston at TDC. Okay, so what is stroke volume? Pi d square by 4 into L. Here the Z is written. You can take it as L also. Okay, L, pi d square by 4 into L. That is the volume. You can take it in centimeter cube or meter cube, anything. Okay, whatever is required. Let us move ahead. Yes. See, if you have any problem with voice and all, you can chat with me and response to me anytime. Okay. I think I am audible now. So this is the same thing. Okay. Air fuel mixture, piston is moving from TDC to BDC. This PV diagram we will discuss it later. Okay. So actually TDC and BDC, you have understood what is TDC, top dead center, and what is BDC, bottom dead center. Okay. So also I have explained you why the piston cannot move above TDC and why the piston cannot move below BDC, that is bottom dead center, because the arrangement is made in such a way, the connecting rod and length and the crankshaft, okay, it is attached in such a way that the piston can move only from BDC to TDC or TDC to BDC, okay, not beyond that. Okay, so let us move ahead now. We will see the valve timing diagrams. Students, see, valve timing diagram I wanted to explain. First of all, what is a valve timing diagram? See, when the intake and exhaust valves are opening and closing, okay, that is called the valve timing diagrams. If we say in a theoretical cycle, okay, in a theoretical cycle, inlet valve and exhaust valves are opening and closing at 180 degree of crank rotation. Okay, at every 180 degree of crank rotation, the inlet valves and exhaust valves are opening and closing. Okay, but in actual cycle, it is not happening like that. Okay, what you will assume, the piston, when the piston is moving from BDC to TDC, okay, here in this diagram, okay, when the piston is moving from BDC to TDC, here what will happen? Exact TDC we are assuming, okay, after let's say compression, the air fuel mixture is compressed, okay, and the piston has moved TDC. So we assume in the theoretical cycle that after compression, what will happen? The spark plug will ignite it, and then it will the piston will move from back from TDC to BDC downwards. Okay, see here. This is the power stroke. The spark plug have ignited. Okay, it is power stroke here happening, and the piston is moving down. Okay, but exactly these things are not happening. Okay, in actual cycle, the opening and closing. Okay, listen to this carefully. Opening and closing of inlet and exhaust valves. Okay, they are little bit different. Okay, so what is happening when the piston is moving up? Okay, the when the piston starts moving up, the exhaust valve should open. Okay, as soon as the piston starts moving up, the exhaust valve should open. But what is happening? The exhaust valve is opening little bit early. Okay, little bit early means what? The piston, when it was moving here, okay, it was moving down. As soon as maybe it has reached here. Okay, maybe it has reached at this point. At that moment only, the exhaust valve here, okay, this is the exhaust valve, it gets open, and the pressure is released in the combustion chamber. This is done for some reasons. I will explain it to you now. Okay, again see, in the intake stroke, what we assume, when the piston moves from here, from top dead center to bottom dead center downwards here. Okay, so what we assume, that the intake valve opens. Okay, intake valve opens as soon as the piston reaches top dead center, and then when it starts moving down, the intake valves open and the piston moves down. Okay, but it is not in actual cycle, it is not in actual engine, it is not happening like this. The piston is uh, as soon as it is reaching top dead center, okay, in the exhaust stroke, before reaching the top dead center only, the inlet valve here, opens. Okay, before reaching the top dead center in the exhaust stroke, okay, before the starting of the intake stroke, the inlet valve gets open and the fresh charge is allowed to come inside. Okay, some diploma students might be knowing some reasons, but we will study in deep what are the actual reasons behind it. Okay, so let us move ahead now. Yes, anyone want to speak? Andali, they are raising hand. Yes, you can chat with me and speak to me. Any doubts, students? Those who are raising hand, is there any problem? 19 DME. Okay, okay, no issues. Let us move ahead. See, we will study the actual valve timing diagram. See, this is a very favorite question of the paper setter. Okay, about the valve timing diagram, it comes in for 8 marks also, or 5 marks also in compulsory question. Okay, we'll study it. Yes, just a second. Yes, let us see the actual wall timing diagrams now. Okay. Yes, all of you can see this, the actual wall timing diagrams. I'm trying to show it to you here. See what is happening here. There are some denotions used. There is the inlet valve. Okay. See, this top position is TDC. Okay, and the bottom here is shown is BDC. Okay, bottom here shown is BDC. There is a straight line here. Okay, straight line here which is at 0 degree. Okay, you all can see this straight line is at 0 degree. Okay, which I am showing it with the red color. Okay, I am showing it with the red color. This is at 0 degree. Okay, so the in actual what should happen in the inlet valve should open little bit earlier to get more we can say more efficiency, more advantages we are taking by allowing the inlet valve to open early. But in theoretical cycle, what is happening? See, when it is at 0 degree, we are assuming when the piston is moving from top dead center to bottom dead center. Here is the bottom dead center, and the 180 degree of crankshaft rotation is done here. See, these degrees are actually in terms of crankshaft rotation. Huh? Crankshaft is rotating 180 degrees, and therefore the piston piston will move from TDC to BDC. Okay, so this is your 180 degrees of crankshaft rotation. Okay, 180 degrees of your crankshaft rotation. So what is happening? See, actually in your theoretical cycle, what we are assuming, when the piston is moving from here, when in the intake stroke, when it is starting from this point, okay, when it is starting from this side point, the piston is at here at the top dead center. We are assuming at this point only the inlet valve opens. Okay, in a theoretical cycle, not in actual cycle. Okay, so at this point only the inlet valve opens, and then the as soon as the inlet valves open, the piston is trying to pull the air fuel mixture, okay, to suck the air fuel mixture inside the combustion chamber, and therefore the piston is moving from top dead center here to till the bottom dead center, and therefore the 180 degree of crankshaft rotation is done here. Okay, till this point. Again, after that, what will happen? After the inlet valve here, okay, after the 180 degree rotation, the inlet valve will be getting closed. Okay, the intake valve will be getting closed at this point after the 180 degree rotation in theoretical cycle. Okay, after that the intake valve will getting closed here. Then there will be a compression. Okay, there will be a compression. The piston will move. Okay, it will reach here. Okay, it will try to reach here, and at this point only, after the total 180 degree rotation is completed, the crankshaft is rotating, the piston is moving from BDC to TDC, and what is happening in this 180 degrees is that your spark plug gets ignited. What we are assuming in theoretical cycle, the spark plug is getting ignited when the piston has reached top dead center, but in actual it is different. I will explain it to you, the actual valve timing diagram. Okay, but see, in theoretical cycle, what we are assuming, the spark plug ignites exactly at top dead center. Okay, then what happens? The spark plug is igniting, the air fuel mixture is getting burned, the pressure is rising, and then the because of the rising pressure, the piston gets moved from TDC to BDC again. Okay, so what is happening at from TDC in the power stroke? Both your inlet and exhaust valves are closed. Okay, both your inlet and exhaust valves are closed. So what we are assuming in the theoretical cycle is that the intake and exhaust valves is closed in this 180 degree rotation of the crankshaft in the power stroke. But in actual it is different. Again, the exhaust valve gets open here. Okay, at this point, when the total 180 degree has reached, the piston has reached the bottom dead center, and then exhaust valve opens, and then the piston pushes the exhaust valve, and the crankshaft rotates again 180 degree and it reaches the top dead center. And when it has reached the top dead center, then only the inlet valve opens. Then only the inlet valves open in a theoretical cycle. Okay, this is the assumption. But what is happening in actual? Okay, what is happening in actual? See, all of you can see here now. See, in this diagram, I have written IVO here. Okay, IVO. Okay, IVO means inlet valve opens. Okay, inlet valve opens. Inlet valve is opening 10 degrees before. See here, 10 degrees before the top dead center. It means what? Before the piston is reaching the top. Okay, before the piston is reaching the top, the inlet valve gets opened. Inlet valve gets open. Okay, and it is allowing the air fuel mixture to come inside before the exhaust stroke. All of you know, in the exhaust stroke only the cycle is getting repeated now every time. Okay, inlet, exhaust, sorry, intake, compression, power, exhaust, intake, compression, power, exhaust. So in first of all, when the in the exhaust stroke of the previous cycle, okay, in the exhaust stroke of the previous cycle, it is not completed only, then okay, the total exhaust stroke is not completed, the piston has not reached the top dead center. Okay, the piston has not reached the top dead center, the exhaust gases has not fully expelled out. Then also we are opening the inlet valve. Okay, 10-degree rotation. 10 degrees in terms of rotation of the crankshaft. Okay, 10 degrees before the piston reaching the top dead center. This is to take the advantage. Okay, what advantage? The air, we can get more air fuel mixture. First advantage is that we can get more air fuel mixture. If more air fuel mixture is coming inside, the volumetric efficiency will be more. We will be getting more power. So that is why we are opening the inlet valve. What will happen after that? Again, it will push the air fuel mixture. Sorry, the exhaust gases. The air fuel mixture will push the exhaust gases outside the combustion chamber. Okay, it will also allow the air fuel mixture to air fuel mixture will be pushing the exhaust gases outside. Therefore, we are opening it before only. Okay, and then what will happen? See, this is our intake stroke. Okay, the piston is moving. Okay, piston is moving now from top dead center to bottom dead center, yani it is moving down. अभी वो नीचे जा रहा है. Okay, then what is happening? See, as soon as the piston reached here, bottom dead center, what is happening? The piston has reached bottom dead center. What is happening now? The intake valve does not closes here. The intake valve does not closes here. The intake valve is closing 10 degrees after the BDC. Means what? The piston reached bottom dead center and now the piston is moving up for the compression stroke. Okay, the piston is moving up in the compression stroke. Then also we are not closing the intake valve, we are closing it 10 degrees after the compression stroke has started. Is it going to create any loss? No, students, it is not going to create any loss. It is going to help the engine in increasing the efficiency. Okay, why we are doing is that as the air fuel mixture is coming inside, okay, in the suction stroke, it is having some kinetic energy. We are utilizing that kinetic energy. Okay, and what is happening? What will happen is that because the piston is moving up, it will not be able to push the fresh charge outside the combustion chamber. Okay, though the piston is moving up from here, from this point BDC to TDC, when it is moving, we are just allowing only 10 degrees, just a little bit of rotation of crankshaft. Then also we are opening a intake valve. We are keeping the intake valve open. We are not closing it. After this 10 degrees, we are closing it because we are making use of the inertia of the air fuel mixture, because it is coming at a little bit of force from the intake valve. So therefore, from the intake valve, as it is coming with some force, therefore we are using that force, because, and therefore as the piston is down, it is moving little bit up, then also it will not force the air fuel mixture up. Okay. Yes, I will show you the animations also. You just concentrate here, try to concentrate a little bit. The intake valve is closing. Okay, just concentrate here. The intake valve, just listen to me. The intake valve is closing 10 degrees after the BDC. Okay. See, I have shown you this. I have shown you this diagram. All of you can see this diagram. All of you know what is TDC and BDC. Okay. What is TDC and BDC? Okay. So see what is happening here. I will try to explain you from here. Okay. See what is happening as the piston is moving. Okay. As the piston is moving, let's say in the first in the compression stroke. Okay. Here the piston is here. Okay. The piston is here. As it is moving in the compression stroke, it is moving up from here. Okay. When it starts moving here, what should be the inlet and exhaust valve? Here, the inlet and exhaust valve should be closed. Okay. But what we are doing, we are not closing the inlet valve, though the compression stroke has started. When the piston moves from this point to, let's say, just till this point, okay, till this point, little bit it has moved up, then also we are keeping the inlet valve open, which was open in the suction stroke. Now the compression stroke has started, the piston is moving up, then also we are keeping the inlet valve open. We are not closing just as soon as it has reached the bottom dead center here. Okay, we are not closing it. We are closing it little bit again when the piston has moved up from here to here. Okay. So what is it, the use of that is that when the air fuel mixture is coming with so much velocity, and though the piston is moving up and it is trying to compress the air fuel mixture, okay, it is getting compressed also, and the air fuel mixture is also coming from here. So what will happen? We will get more air fuel mixture, the little bit of efficiency will increase. Okay. So that is why we are closing it little bit later. At least you have understood this much, students. Okay. Now see, this is called ram effect. What it is called? It is called ram effect. Okay. To make use of the energy, okay, to make use of the kinetic energy of the air fuel mixture, which is moving at so much force from the inlet valve, we are making use of this energy, okay, of the flow of the air fuel mixture, so that more air fuel mixture we are getting in the combustion chamber. This is called ram effect. But again, see, we cannot keep the this inlet valve open for more time. If the piston was moving from here, it is moved from here to the half of the stage. If let's say it has moved from here to here at least, then also if we keep the inlet valve open, what will happen? Okay, then also if we have till this stage, let's say at till this stage, half of the length of the stroke, then also we are keeping, then there will be a disadvantage. Okay, because the pressure has raised here so much, then it will start pushing the air fuel mixture back into the inlet chamber. Okay, so your air fuel mixture will go out. So you have to design it accordingly. See, you have to design it according to your engine, how much you have to put here, how much for how much degree of rotation of crankshaft you have to open the intake valve. Okay, you have understood this much, students? All of you know what is top dead center, bottom dead center. Hope you have understood this. What is the crankshaft rotation in terms of degree of crankshaft rotation I am talking about? Okay, see, all of you know what is the total rotation in a 4-stroke engine. Okay, if I am talking about a 4-stroke engine, these are the 4 strokes. Okay, all of you know that a cycle gets completed in 720 degrees of crankshaft rotation. Okay, 720 degrees of crankshaft rotation. Okay, but here we are trying to take the use of this what you can say kinetic energy of the air fuel mixture to get more efficiency. Okay, so though the strokes are completed in 180 degrees of crankshaft rotation, we are keeping the inlet valve open for more degrees of crankshaft rotation. Okay, the stroke here, okay, the stroke is completed in 180 degree only. Okay, the stroke is completed in 180 degree only. The piston will not move more than 180 degree. Okay, when the piston is moving from this bottom dead center to top dead center, the crankshaft will be rotated by 180 degree only. Keep it clear. Crankshaft is rotating by 180 degree only. Okay. When the piston, when it is moving from your top dead center, okay, from this top dead center to bottom dead center, then the crankshaft will be rotated by 180 degree only. In all the stroke, okay, in the exhaust stroke also, the crankshaft will be rotated by 180 degrees only. But what I am doing, for more rotation of the crankshaft, okay, I am keeping this exhaust valve open. I am keeping this exhaust valve open for more than 180 degrees of crankshaft rotation. Hope you are getting this, students. Okay, for more time I am keeping this exhaust valve also open. Okay, in this exhaust stroke, though the piston has reached the top dead center, I am not closing the exhaust gases, exhaust valve here. Why I am not closing it? Because now the inlet valve I am allowing it to be open, and it will push these exhaust gases outside. Okay, exhaust gases will also be pushed outside, and I will get more time to take the air fuel mixture inside also. Okay, so this is the basic thing which I am trying to explain you. See, if you have not understood, just give me a message. I will try to explain it to you more clearly. See, the meeting is also going to end. I will restart it. Okay, some time is remaining. I think so 10 minutes are remaining for the lecture. Have you understood little bit, student, what I am trying to explain you? Yes, I also allowed you to unmute yourself. You can speak now. See, if you are not getting what I am trying to teach you, then there is no use of moving ahead. The meeting is going to start. There are 48 participants. Are you able to chat with me? Are you able to speak? No one speaking. Can anyone speak? And can anyone tell what is understood or not? Whatever is taught till now, little bit you have understood or not?